Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club meeting. My name is Natalie. I'm your Surgeon at Arms, and I would like to extend warmest welcome for all new guests, frequent guests, Toastmasters members, visiting Toastmasters members from other clubs, and later, our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Pipit Andriani, will welcome each one of you. But before that, because this is an online meeting, and we have our club specialty, the SAA housekeeping videos. Today, we have the creator of this video, Robin Chan, with us. So this is something that is very familiar for you, Robin, but we already use it for the past 3 years. So please enjoy the video. All right, I hope you are as excited as the video sounds. For now, I would like to hand over the control of the virtual stage to our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Pipit Andriani. Please welcome Pipit.
So much, Uti and Natalie, for introducing me and for the virtual stage. Now, as everyone knows today, the topic is all is good in the hood. Now, I'm asking you, who feels comfortable in your current neighborhood right now? Please listen. You feel comfortable, or just be honest, Apri not feeling comfortable in his neighborhood? Apri?
I'm good with Robin Hood.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Yeah, okay. Actually, living in a good neighborhood is one of the considerations, right, to find a house. So I know a lot of people, if they want to buy a house somewhere, they'll check out the neighborhood, whether it's a safe one or not, or they're kind or not, something like that, right? So I think neighborhood plays a huge part in our life, and actually give impact to our big decisions, such as where to buy a house, right? So today we'll try to talk about neighborhood in terms of, is there anything you did something for fun in the neighborhood? Is there anything that you wish your neighbors to do more, things like that? Okay, everything about neighborhood. So maybe if right now you cannot even name 5 of neighbors, hopefully by the end of this meeting, you change your mind and then knock their door one by one and introduce yourself. So that is an ambitious goal of our today. Okay, without further ado, thank you so much for coming here, people of Bhinneka, and also all the guests and fellow Toastmasters members. And I declare this meeting open. Now, I would like to welcome our Toastmaster of the meeting, who was kind enough to be appointed on the spot, Robin Chan.
Hey, thank you very much, Madam President. Good morning. Not morning, it's evening at your time, right? I'm sorry. So good evening, everyone. My name is Robin, and I'm a former Toastmaster from Bhinneka Online Toastmasters. And today I have the privilege to be your Toastmaster of the meeting. And today, as Madam President have mentioned, that the theme of today is all is good in the hood. So let's see how we can go around and talk about what is good in your hood right now. So when I'm going to introduce a few people right now, and I would like to have each of you to explain, to just share a little bit about what is good in your hood. All right. So first up, for those who are here, do we have any guests here? No, or all members here? All members.
All
Okay, so I
members.
don't need to explain the flow of the meeting. So you all know the flow of the meeting. And today, let's start with our GE, who will explain the role takers and her team as well. So let's have DTM Alicia Curtis, all the way from Australia. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Robin, and good evening, everyone. Last time I was here 2 weeks ago, I think, I was practicing my speech for the district director role in District 49. Guess what? Natalie, tell everyone what happened.
C1!
Yay! First ever remote district
Congratulations.
director in the world. So thank you so much to you guys for being a part of that journey and for helping me. Yes, anyway, let's get back on the track. I am your general evaluator tonight here at 9 o'clock here in Sydney, and my role is to provide feedback at the end of the meeting. I am just going to do it verbally tonight because this is a very last minute meeting for me to attend. But I am not the only person who is doing a role. I will be providing feedback to the role players. So let me introduce our table topics master, ballot counter, Pipit. Pipit, if you want to explain your role or roles.
Yes, in Toastmasters, it's not about competition, but about doing your best. And in 3 sessions we have today, we actually only will choose the best table topic because, yeah, I will make sure I will give questions to everyone, including those who have roles already. So please be patient. I prepared 12 questions so everyone will speak today. But for other session, we only have 1 speaker and then 1 evaluator. For that part, obviously, we already know the winner. So we don't need to launch the ballot for that. But yes, there will be 1 for the table topic speaker. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Pipit. All right, so that is Pipit's role as the ballot counter and the table topics master. In my favorite role of all time is Narendra Dika. I call him the second, the second coming of the R counter role. Please welcome the second coming of the R counter role, Narendra or Rendra or Narendra Dika, whichever one you wish to call him. Thank you, Rendra.
Yeah, thank you, G. Alicia Curtis,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, especially Nancy, because Nancy seems to me is the newest lady on board. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share a screen of view of mine. As an accountant, basically, I have a job to note all those mistakes you've used during the meetings, comprised of both lexical and non-lexical. Lexical mostly are error words that you should be avoided, because apparently when you are using this word, the sentence meaning is not really changed. So that's why it's called a mistake. For example, you put so in a sentence that actually without that word so, your meaning of your sentence is already clear. Or you know, or because, or then, in a sentence that it's not changed the real meaning of the sentence. And then we have also the non-lexical. A repeated word, elongated word, and tongue clicks. And for your information, this original of this Excel is made by Alicia Curtis, which is now the GE of this meeting. So I'm happy to be a servant of yours, Her Majesty. I
Thank
think
you.
I will give the report when Alicia called me in the GE sessions. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Rendra. I don't know if I want to be bowed down like a god, but anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Our next role taker is the timer, and then very happy to introduce Dinny Norris. Dinny, if you want to introduce your role, please.
Thank you. So today I'm going to be the timer for this meeting since we only have one prepared speech and then the speaker is delivering icebreaker speech. So the time limit will be 4 to 6 minutes. And as a reminder that I will change my background to green when it reaches 4 minutes, and then change to yellow when it's 5 minutes, and then the last one I will change the background to red when it reaches 6 minutes, and then you only have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And as usual for the table topic speakers, you only have 1 to 2 minutes to deliver your speech. So you will see green at 1 minute, and then yellow at 1.5, and then red background like this at 2 minutes, and then 30 seconds grace period for you to wrap up your speech. And then for our one and only evaluator, you will only have 2 until 3 minutes to deliver your evaluation. So don't forget that I will change the background to green at 2 minutes, and then yellow at 2.5, and then red at 3 minutes, and then only 30 seconds of grace period to conclude your evaluation. And then as you can see that later I will raise my hand like this so that you can see me at the top left of your screen. So don't miss out. Thank you. Back to you, RGE.
Thank you very much, Dinny. And our grammarian and Zoom host today is Natalie Chahiati, and I even know how to say that name. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Alicia. So I'll be your Zoom host as well as grammarian for today. As a Zoom host, I will basically manage this Zoom meeting. And as a grammarian, it's my duty to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day today is comrade. Or if you want to spell it, C-O-M-R-A-D-E. If someone can help me by putting it in the chat box, that will be much appreciated. So comrade, comrade. And comrade means a companion who shares one's activities or is a fellow member of an organization. For example, he is an old college comrade. Yes, you can also use the other form if you want to use camaraderie. That's also accepted. I will count whoever has used the word of the day and deliver the report at the end of this meeting. In addition to that, as a grammarian, I will also take note of your grammar usage, as well as some beautiful phrases and some improvement that we can note on and we can learn together. For now, I'll give it back to our GE, DTM Alicia Curtis.
Thank you very much, Natalie. All right. Thank you so much for hearing all our reports. So you'll hear from the R counter, the grammarian, and the timer at the end of the meeting, as well as my wrap up. I'll try and keep it as short and brief tonight as possible because we're doing a lot of things ad lib today. And I will now hand conduct of the meeting back to our Tom. Please welcome Robin Chan all the way in Mauritius. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Alicia Curtis, all the way from Australia. Yeah. Okay, so today, as she has already explained the role taker's role and what are the duties, let's start with our first speaker, our prepared speech. We only have one speaker today as per our agenda. She is none other than Nancy, who is the newest member of Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. So before we give her a hand, so I would like to introduce her. She's doing her speech from the path of presentation mastery. And this is her first project, the icebreaker speech. So today she's going to break the ice, and the time is 4 to 6 minutes. And the evaluator is none other than Apri, all the way from Malang Toastmasters Club. Would you like to explain the objectives of the speech, Toastmaster Apri?
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Robin, and hello everyone. So this is my privilege for me to The evaluator for Toastmaster Nancy, as Robin said before, she will deliver level 1 project, which is icebreaker for 4 until 6 minutes. And the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Nancy with speech title, Embracing the Journey to Greatness. Embracing the Journey to Greatness, Toastmaster Nancy.
Okay, before I start my speech, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible
Yes.
and visible.
Okay, thank you. You don't have to be great to start, but let's start to be great. A quote from Zig Ziglar that has been guided me since I was a teenager. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests. My name is Nancy. I was officially named as Nancy Marzella Apri back in October 22nd, 2003. I am the second out of 4, and my family come from Kupang, NTT. Now I stay in Jogja to continue my study. I go to General Ahmad Yani University, majoring in pharmacy. Sometimes people say pharmacy is hard, but I enjoy it pretty much. Well, tonight, I would like to share to you about the journey of my English speaking skills. Let's go back to 2018. At the time, an English course conducted a speech competition, and students in the class were encouraged to participate in this contest, including me. It was my very first time speaking on the stage. I was afraid and I felt insecure since other students spoke better English than I did. Although I had registered myself, but on the day of the competition, I didn't come because at that time I thought that I wasn't great enough to even be the contestant. Well, shyness and a lack of confidence still got the better of me. I thought at that time I didn't have the skills. But then my teacher encouraged me to keep practicing. She told me that opportunity do not happen, but we create them. At that time, I realized that I had wasted a golden opportunity and I made a wrong decision. Despite the feeling of insecurities and the fear of public speaking, I started to participate in the competition in the following year. Well, I was nervous, but I was able to deliver my first speech on the stage. It went well. And you know what? I went out as the winner, but only in my opinion and not the judges. But from that experience, I learned to prepare myself for the upcoming opportunities. I participated in the speech competition every year until after 3 years of trying, finally, I was awarded as an honorable mention. Still not a winner, but I was thrilled to see the progress in myself. At that time, I was in the 12th grade. And as a 12th grade student, I was busy with exams and also final projects. Therefore, I stopped practicing. Since that time, I stopped participate in any competitions and I stopped practice my English speaking skills. And it's been more than 2 years since that time. And I felt that my skills, the skills that I had before, have deteriorated. until finally last year, I explored some Toastmaster meetings. And on that meeting, I felt a fire ignited within me. When I saw people in Toastmaster deliver their speech bravely and share their ideas straight to the point, I admired them a lot, and I wanted to be part of Toastmasters. Well, now I am part of Toastmasters. I come here in Toastmaster, and I believe that Toastmaster is a great place for me to learn and to learn new skills and also to develop personal growth. I come here in Toastmaster not because I am already great, but I want to be great. And I am ready to take on any challenges and be the better version of myself. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests, as I deliver my first speech in Toastmaster, the forthcoming is still far away. But from where I'm standing right now, I believe that there is a very, very bright future. Fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests, this is Nancy Afi on my journey to greatness. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Wow, wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, please unmute yourself and give Nancy a round of applause for her first speech as a Toastmaster.
Nancy.
Well done, Nancy.
Nancy.
Good job.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Nancy.
Wow. And indeed, you know, your journey to greatness, you started right to come here at Bhinneka Online Toastmasters to be a Toastmaster, and you're gonna do great things because this club, I personally love this club, and you made the right choice because this club is a diverse club. You learn so much from a lot of people around the world. So great choice. All right. Thank you very much for sharing your journey with us. Now let's move on to the next part of the meeting, which is, I believe it's table topics. Is that right? Yeah, so now it's time for table topics, and I'll leave the floor to our table topic master. Over to you, Pipit.
Thank you so much for that this meeting is recorded. And we will talk about your neighbors. Okay, so please be careful because if we publish this online and somehow you talk bad about your neighbors, they will find out. Okay. But no, not all of the questions are negative. Actually, most of them are actually positive in nature. Only a certain mini amount. Yeah. Now, I'd like to go by randomly. So let's start from Samana. Sam BTC. Do you want to be the first table topic speaker, Samana?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I will say the questions and then I will copy and paste the questions on the chat box. The first question is, what's your favorite thing about your current neighborhood? What is your favorite thing about your current neighborhood? Something.
What is my favorite thing about my current neighborhood? When I was in the elementary school, I lived in some neighborhood which is where is the neighborhood is always flood when the rainy season. And because every rainy season is always flooded, I must be can swim because if I can swim, I will be drowned and I can go to school. The flood is high, the level of my school my head because it's all it's very high. If as when I in the just 10 years old. So in my current neighborhood right now is the drainage is good. So I don't I I I don't feel I must go to swim because the flooded. Thank you. Back to tabletop business.
Wow, thank you so much, Samana, for sharing your childhood story. Anyone here has experienced flooded just like Samana? Anyone? Only Samana, yeah. I'm lucky I've never experienced it, Samana. So it's interesting to listen from the first-hand experience. Then it was head level, the flood. It's really crazy. If that happened, I would be the first to go because I cannot swim. So yeah, not suitable situation for me. Thank you for sharing. Now, let's go for the next one. Pak Yusuf, you want to be the second speaker?
Okay, I'll try.
Oh, Pak Yusuf. Question number 2. What is a fun event or activity that has ever happened in your neighborhood? What is a fun event or activity that has ever happened in your neighborhood? Pak Yusuf.
The fun event that has ever happened in my neighborhood when I was small. I love the rain so much. When it rains, all of my friends in the neighborhood will go naked in the rain. We were splashing water here and there, and we were having so much fun together. Even though our parents said, come home, you will get sick, we never bother. Why? Because we enjoy. We enjoy the rain coming up to our head and our body. And especially near my house, we have got a river. So we will all run into the river and jump in the river and swim there in the rain. People are shouting, the older people, come up, you will get drowned, you will get carried out by water. But we were just laughing and laughing, and it was really fun. I always miss those events, even until now, when I'm this old. I would like to go in the rain naked and swimming with all the kids without getting ashamed or shy. Why? Because everyone is the same. And we just enjoyed ourselves. That was the funniest event happened in my life. Back to you, TM.
So much, Pak Yusuf, for sharing. So we know from the first two speakers, that it's very popular to talk about childhood. Yeah, very popular to talk about your childhood. So in the same topic with what Pak Yusuf said just now, is there anyone here who usually went in the rain, under the rain, running in the rain when they were kids? Anyone? Natalie never. She got locked inside the house during the rain. Me? Yeah, okay. Well, I do that too. It's funny because when we're a grown up, we so easily get sick when we just get rained over for like 5 minutes. But when we were childhood, maybe got rained over for 5 hours and we were just fine. Such a big situation. Right, thank you so much, Pak Yusuf. Now the next one will be Vendra. Vendra, do you want to take a time?
Okay, go ahead.
What
Topic
is-
master.
What is one act of kindness you've done to your neighbor? What is one act of kindness you've done to your neighbor?
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, to buy a new home, a new house, I need to pray first. I still believe in miracles. Just to ensure myself, yes, at least, that I will have a very good neighbor in the neighborhood. Apparently, 3 of my houses are in a very good neighborhoods. And I would like to tell you about one kindness that I've made in my neighborhood, playing the game that they love. For example, now in Garut, its neighborhood like really love playing badminton. Badminton, playing like Jonathan Christie, if you ever heard the name. So I play badminton every Friday night, and somehow, sometimes in a different location, we play evening from 6:30 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. So what I was doing in my neighborhood is ask them to play together in a game that we love together, playing badminton. What else? Doing the independent ceremony, not independent ceremony, independent games in our neighborhood every 17 August every year. That's always be an event where we come together, do all those games together. It's not about who will be winning, who will be losing, but let's play with joy and all out barbaric and just have fun. That's all. So that's are the things that I think maybe I've done to my neighborhood wherever I live. Thank you, and back to table topic, Master.
Yes, badminton. Anyone love playing badminton as well? Raise your hand. Yeah, with neighbors. Okay, so my house is 2 stories, the current one. And then I always have a lot of shuttlecocks on the second floor of my balcony because kids always play badminton beside the house. And they never dare to knock my door to ask for it. So I keep collecting maybe 15 shuttlecocks on the balcony of my house. Yeah, my neighborhood kids love to play that. Right, thank you so much, Brenda, for sharing. Next one is Alicia. You wanna take a
Yes.
chance?
Yep.
Yeah. Alicia, this is something very Indonesian. Let's see if you can resonate with that too. Maybe in Australia. In Indonesia, we believe that when you live far away from your family, then neighbors are the people you can rely on. When you live far away from your family, neighbors are the people you can rely on. Is it true, Alicia?
Actually, yes, it is really true. So I moved far away from my family last year. I think I told a few of you what happened last year. I lost a roof over my head. I lost the ability to drive. That was 2 years ago. And I lost my job. As a result, I had to move within the state. I had to move 3-4 hours south of Sydney to a place called Mossvale. Now, I didn't really know the person I was living with that well, and I didn't know anyone that I got there. But it was one of the neighbors, John, who was suffering from an incurable disease that really shed light and made my life a lot easier last year for the 4 months that I spent in Mossvale. He was a wonderful man. He had this really strange genetic disease which sees his bone grow into different awkward directions, but his body is crumbling away. The bone is crumbling away as it grows. So this poor guy will unfortunately pass away in the next couple of years due to the pain, due to the severity of this disease. And he and I used to spend hours walking and chatting, or whatever ability he could stand and do, and just chatting about life and keeping things sane. And it was a really sad situation. You know, I had lost everything. He was going through a difficult time, and then we just saw the beauty and harmony in life. And when we talked to each other, we went to the pub a couple of times together, and it was just really nice just to talk to someone who's going through a difficult situation, but a different difficult situation. So for me, he was definitely one of the highlights of going to Mossvale. When I went to Newcastle up north, 3-4 hours north of Sydney, I met Julio, I think his name was Julio, and he was another gentleman that lived about 2 or 3 houses down, and I used to speak to him on a weekly basis, maybe once or twice a week. And you know, small things, small glimpses, even though they weren't you know, the best of friends, my best friends or whatever, these were people that kept me going during those difficult times. So yes, I agree, neighbors are those people that set part and be a part of your life. Thank you, Pippa.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. Now we know that actually in Australia, same thing happened, right? So probably this thing is universal now that actually is really far away from our family, then we can rely on our neighbors. Because sometimes we don't live close by our friends as well, right? So neighbors are first. Oh yeah, sorry to remind you, the word of the day is comrade. Yeah. So if you have a chance, please read it. Now, next speaker is Robin. You want to take chance, Robin?
Yeah, go.
Okay,
Sure.
Robin. So as earlier, I asked Linda, anything, an act of kindness that you've done to your neighbors. Now, the opposite. What's one act of kindness your neighbors have done to you? What one act of kindness your neighbors have done to you? Robin.
For those who do not know, I live in Mauritius. I was born in Mauritius and I live in Mauritius. And Mauritius is kind of a peaceful country, but still, you know, there are some people not so kind and not so nice people. So my neighborhood is a very quiet neighborhood. Like at night or even during the day, it's kind of quiet place. But sometimes there are some random people passing by and they can ask for charity or they can ask for some random things or sell random things or they try to scam some people and they would just knock at each door to see whether the person is at home or not. If the person is not at home, then maybe they will just try again another time and then like, oh, this person is not here, so then they will maybe just jump over and then go into the house and steal whatever things is in your house. So the thing about my place is we have something called the neighborhood watch. I don't know if you have it in your place. The neighborhood watch is something where all our neighbors meet up once in a while, I think every 6 months or every year. Then we gather and see together with the police station, one of the police from the police station come and ask, did we find anything suspicious lately? If there is, report it and who to report it to, and then we have everyone's phone number. So if we have our neighbors, we see when we pass by our neighbor's house and we see anything, then we just call. So my neighbors, we always I always tell my neighbors that when I'm going out on vacation and they will look over my house. So I think it's very kind of them to just look into it. Sometimes there was some alarm. My alarm was ringing and they came to call me up. So that's the kindest thing to me, what my neighbors have done. So thank you very much. Over to you.
Neighborhood watch. Anyone has neighborhood watch around their house as well? Yeah? Okay. My current house also has neighborhood watch. Works really well. One time I forgot to close my living room door for 5 minutes. And no intruder, nothing was missing because of the neighborhood watch. And one time when I was in university, there was a stalker came to my house, and then the people at my neighborhood came to. So it's very difficult. It's nice to know that this is also universal in Mauritius, in Australia, in Indonesia, and maybe in even house surrounding neighbor as well also have. Yeah. All right. Thank you for sharing, Robin. Now, next one is Yvonne. Yvonne, do you want to take the chance?
Sure. Thank you. Yeah.
Yvonne,
Yeah.
can you compare your neighborhood when you were a little and now? Which one do you like better?
Yeah.
Can you
Sure.
compare your neighborhood when you were a little and now? Which one do you like better?
Well, a little and now, I think I very appreciate my neighbor because I think before 5 years ago, actually my left and the right neighbors, both of them, they seems like a gambling or people say play the mahjong and even in the midnight. So it's really not a good neighbors. We all borrowed by their big songs on the midnight. But it's luckily after 5 years later, the same time, my left and right neighbors actually a new neighbor, and I very appreciate both of my new neighbors because every morning I can hear the radio songs. The people they seem to learn something. So one day I visited to them, and I find oh my God, both of them they are join a non-profit organization. Uh, they say they're learning the Dharma teaching. So both of them they have a good ethical discipline. They're learning the teaching from their lineage master, and so I can see from their behavior and their voice actually they are very good, and I appreciate their very virtual behavior. Thank you. Back to you. Table topic master.
Learning from neighbor. So this is from your childhood neighbor or your current neighbor?
Pattern.
Is it the one you talk about now?
The pattern.
Your current neighbors or
Yeah.
current? Current.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The pattern. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So much
Yeah.
for sharing that. Yes, it would be nice if we can learn together with our neighbors, right? Right. Now let's go to Apli. You want to take the chance, Apli?
Who? Me?
Yes. You okay?
Okay.
Yes. Because everyone will speak.
Yep.
A lot of people now don't even know their neighbors and don't say hello to each other. What do you think of this phenomenon? A lot of people now don't even know each other in the neighborhood and don't say hello to each other. What do you think of this phenomenon?
So to be honest, this is actually my experience with myself because I'm an introvert person and it's really hard for me to have a conversation with my neighbor. I remember when I was in my junior school, I used to avoid my neighbor because I too shy to talk to them. And then I try to embrace to do it because every year we have some kind of activity, so we need to try to make some kind of greeting with each other around my neighborhood. And then after that, I realized that they are very, very friendly to me and to all of us. And I start to get connected with them. And it was really interesting. We have some kind of conversation and we have joke each other. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I think that the phenomenon is real because I experienced this kind of phenomenon before, because when I was kid, it's really hard for me to talk to people. And then after I try to improve myself, I start to feel confident to talk to people around my neighborhood. And it's also pretty rewarding experience for me to do that, because if I have some kind of problem, I can just talk to them and they eventually help me to do what I want to ask. So it's really good. And yeah, this phenomenon is real. And what you need to do is to just try to be nice, and eventually it can make your neighborhood become a best friend and also can help you if you have some kind of difficulty. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Back to the topic, Master.
Thank you for sharing, Atli. Anyone here also introverted, just like Atli? Raise your hand if you're introverted. You are introverted, Rendra? It's hard to believe. But okay lah. Yeah, me too. Didi as well, Robin as well. Some people also raise their hand. My MBTI score, my introverted is 90%. There's no hope to be extroverted at all. But thank you. Yes, introverted. Yeah, it's hard to come to be. It's fine. Dini, who's just raised her hand. Do you want to be the next speaker? I can be your timer.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
What is one of the strategies to bring your neighborhood together? What is one of the strategies to bring your neighborhood together? Dini.
Can I say that this is like a quite funny question to be asked to an introvert? Like, how am I supposed to know to get them together? Like, I never go out of my house, really. Well, probably when I was a kid, it was very easy for me to get to know my neighbors because of my parents, especially because of my mom. My mom was such 100% of social butterfly. She knew everyone from east to west, from north to south, like literally everyone. And then because of her, I know all my neighbors in Malang. But now in Kediri, I only know one person, which is the elderly in front of my house, who is very kind to me. But if I can take my mom as an example who can bring all people together, probably it would be cooking. Because, you know, in very traditional, in a very old tradition in Indonesia, every time our neighbor has a big event like wedding or probably like tahlilan, all the neighbors around them will help cook or probably just fold the boxes to fill in with the cakes. So I think this is like a kind of old tradition that I think we need to treasure until the future generations, because this way we can have more time and then get to know our neighbors a lot through this kind of tradition. So yeah, probably hold a big event in your neighborhood, everyone, and then you can invite all your neighbors. Back to you.
Okay, Dini, let me change my background. It's 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Everyone, yes, just like what we have discussed earlier, some of us are introverted. Then I give the question to Dini on purpose. Okay, but the answer is correct. Food always can attract people, right? And then I have this friend who have sixth sense. Sixth sense, and then he knows that I never talk to neighbors, things like that, never attract people to my direction. He actually said the only things I attract are the spirits from another dimension. So for some reason they surround me when I talk. She said, but I never attract people but the bad spirit from another dimension. But anyway, yes. So that's how I bring people together. In this case, the bad spirit together. But Dini has a better way here through food and cuisine. Next one. Let's go. Nancy, do you want to take the chance, Nancy? Nancy? Nancy Api? Unmute, please. Yes? Okay, your voice is very low. Okay. Nancy, has there been any conflict in your neighborhood? Has there been any conflict in your neighborhood? Nancy.
Okay. Well, it reminds me to a conflict between one neighbor and another neighbor that live next to my house. So one of my neighbor, his house is behind the let's call her neighbor A. So behind the neighbor A house is a toilet, and after that there will be the street. And every time when people pass the street, the toilet smell not good. So one of my the neighborhood B that live behind or across the street go to the neighborhood A and stated that her toilet smell not good. But probably because the communication was not good, then it began to conflict between two of them. So they argue, and luckily there are another neighbor that came there and become the how to call it, like commander, the one who make both the neighborhood like finally they become good again to each other. So like I think the conflict is like the awareness of each of other. Sometimes when we live in neighborhood, we have to think also about other and what people think, if what people feel, and we have to make sure that other people also feeling comfortable with us, because if not, then there will be another conflict that probably for us it's not a conflict because like it's my toilet and it's my right, but for other people, I smell this toilet every day, it's not good, it's not good for me, so I don't like it, and I want you to like just take care of that. The intention is good, but sometimes the communication brings those things to like argument. So that was one of the conflicts. Thank you.
Wow, what a real example of what conflict would happen in neighborhood. It's tough sometimes, right? Because we live so close to each other. And sometimes the personal space, especially when it comes to smell, because it doesn't care about border between houses. It doesn't care about the limit, the fence. It just travels through air, right? So actually, my relatives who live in Australia, he went to jail because he tried to cut the grass at 8 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday. And the neighbor actually reported on him, but he actually made it even louder, like taunting the neighbor or something. And then, so yeah, I think he spent several days in jail because of that. But see, noise also travels through air, so basically it doesn't care about borders. Right, next one. I know Daisy is accompanying her father, but let's see. Daisy, are you able to speak? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Who hasn't got a turn? Then Natalie only, right? Natalie, only you next. You're okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Natalie, question. Since this is the last question, let me choose. Okay, I don't know if that, all right. In Indonesia, we usually have a leader in the neighborhood. Would you be the leader in your neighborhood? In Indonesia, we usually have a leader in the neighborhood. Would you be the leader in your neighborhood if you have a chance? Natalie.
Would I be the leader in my neighborhood if I have a chance? Of course, no. This is a high stress, high engagement position without any appreciation. Why do I know this? Because I've been observing my neighborhood leader. One of my neighbors, let's call her Mrs. L, and she has been taking on this role like forever. I think it has been like 9 years since she has taken on the mantle of leadership, but she has done a tremendous progress and improvement in our neighborhood. We even got some appreciation plaque for planting herbs garden from the local government. And I think it's part of her contribution. Mind you, she is retired. She has good financial stability. And that's why I think she can focus her attention in contributing and rebuilding our neighborhood. Compared to my previous neighborhood leaders who are still, let me put it this way, so it can be politically correct, who might have some other needs to fulfill. So I still think that this position requires someone who has no conflict of interest, who has spare time on her or his hands, who already felt fulfilled in her or his personal and professional life, who also are financially stable. And if you tick all of those boxes, then you probably are a good candidate for your neighborhood leader. At this moment, and maybe in the future, for sure, it is not me. Back to you.
There's not many things that we can be sure of, but this one she's really sure. I hope the neighbor watch this, yeah. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. And I think that is everyone. Yeah, I will share the ballot to choose the best table topic speaker later. But in the meantime, let's take a photo together first before going to the evaluation section. Everyone, please turn on your cam. So if you do not, we'll change your, replace your photo with Doraemon. Natalie is a neighborhood entertainer. Yes. Okay. Face camera, people. Formal, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Now, neighbor. What do you think of neighbor? Neighbor? You know, like connection. Okay, let's do that. But I need my second hand. So I'll use this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. I will give the control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting. You, Robin.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, it's my turn. So sorry, I couldn't open. All right. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master Pipit. And now we move to the next part of our meeting, which is the evaluation. Is that right? Yeah, the evaluation. So as the speech evaluator for today, we have the only one, the one and only Apri, all the way from Malang Toastmasters Club. So put your hands together and let's welcome Apri. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. And first and first, I would like to congratulate to Toastmaster Nancy for finishing your first icebreaker ever in Toastmaster. Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. So the next she share about herself, which is she is from Kupang, who is a student in Jogja, and in her speech she share about her journey, English journey, by joining an English competition. And no wonder you feel really comfortable delivering your speech because you have experience before to become a English competition, which is pretty nice. And now I would like to commend you doing two things really well. First is in terms of structure. I like your structure. So basically you have a really good structure. I can easily follow your speech from beginning to the end. You open with quote. Also you use a timeline in your speech, and also you give a really detailed example in your timeline, and also use closing. And the next thing is for the delivery, use standing and use a lot of hand gesture in your speech, and you feel really comfortable when you deliver your speech. It can make your speech more engaging and more interesting. And now for a recommendation, I also have two recommendations that I can give you. First is in terms of delivery, try my suggestion is try to use pause because it can make your audience be more easy to discuss your message. For example, when you said, I realize I chose the wrong decision, you can use pause over there. So it can make audience can discuss your message to be more easy. Basically, you can try to use pause in every section of your story so that your story can be more easy to be understand. The second is in terms of structure, also can be improved by sharing your future goal. Since you're using a timeline from past moment, then present moment, you can also try is to share your future moment. What is your goal to become Toastmaster, for example, because you can make the audience curious about you a little bit more. And another thing to challenge yourself is probably you can slow your pace a little bit. Also, it's also part of the using a pause, so it can make your message can be more easy to discuss by using a little bit pace in your speech. And yeah, overall, I like your structure. Also, you delivery by standing and use a lot of hand gesture. And from improvement by, I believe with improvement by using a pause and also use share your future goal, it can make your speech more intriguing. Yeah, I think that's all for my evaluation, and congratulations to finishing for your first icebreaker ever in Toastmaster. And I hope my suggestion can help you to become better and win your next competition in the future. I think that's all for me. Back to General Evaluator or Toastmaster of the meeting. Toastmaster of the meeting.
Alicia.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Apri. Yeah, I forgot something. I haven't been to a Toastmaster meeting for quite a while. I'm supposed to pass the time to the GE for
Yes.
this time. Yeah, I apologize for that, and I would like to hand over to you, General Evaluator Alicia.
That's okay, Robin, our lovely Tom tonight. Thank you to our speech evaluator, Apri. We are now going to go into the reports. I'll leave the timer to last so that we can get everything underway. So we'll start with, I'll go for the R counter. I want to see what Rendra has come up with. Has he created a canvas? Has he
Yeah.
created an artwork? Have we got an artwork tonight, my friend?
Yes, thank you, Alicia Curtis, and everyone. I've noted several lexical and non-lexical that you've made, and it is for our betterment for the future. So put it in a very, very positive way. So you go. I will be not reading one by one because it is already visible clearly and easily to be understood. Well, yes, I've create little bit comments for the betterment of Nancy because Nancy is our new member. Nancy, as it is visible for your lexical, you've made 7 and your non-lexical, you've made 14. However, Nancy, those are mostly you have made during the table topic session. In your full prepared speech sessions, I will say it's about clear, great, and amazing. It sounds to me in table topic sessions, you need time to think something, then comes up with a lot of lexicals and non-lexicals. It's happened also to our best friends, Apri. In a table topic, however, you've done very good, bro. Very good. And then apparently you've made lexical and non-lexical mostly in your evaluation. I don't know why, but yes, it is all those shit that you can read, you can understand easily. And I hope during your next chance to be a speaker or evaluator, you both getting better. So far, Natalie made small Alicia. Wow, Alicia sounds very good in English. she sounds very native speaker. Even Pak Yusuf makes English very good. I don't know. How can I cannot record something from Pak Yusuf. Maybe Pak Yusuf just using magic abracadabra style. So then I cannot text one or two. And the rest, yes, is already there. I hope all these seeds telling you that counter, why it is called counter, because it's almost always the majority of failure that we've made during a conversation. And then yes, so for the lexical is the second majority. We can avoid that by just avoid that. Okay, I think that's all. I give the control back to G. Alicia Curtis. Your original sheet is so useful to each of us in the multiverses. Thank you, Alicia.
That's
Back to you.
okay, Rendra. And I would love to confirm I am a native English speaker. I have never spoken. I was born with English in my mouth and I will die with English in my mouth. But I can speak Korean. That's my other language that I can speak. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to the grammarian, Natalie Chakiati. Natalie, do you speak English as a native language, since everyone is probably going to ask now, or not?
I would say English is not my native speaker, but I can speak it in professional level, almost like native, I would say. All right, thank you, our G, Alicia Curtis. And yes, I'm back, not as your Zoom host, but as your grammarian. It's been a challenge for me to split my brains and trying to manage and spotlighting people while also trying to take notes of what has been said in the meeting. Wait a moment. I will share screen so I can show you my report. The good news is I noticed only few improvement and some interesting and wonderful phrases. So let's go. Word of the day, comrade. I think only myself and Pipit who mention it, and it's in the context of trying to ask people to use it. So I think we failed this time to introduce word of the day, comrade. Maybe we can try it again in the next meeting. Next, some improvement in grammar and pronunciation. Sorry, I forgot to add some the animation so it can come up one by one, but let's just go from the top. I must be can swim. It should be I must be able to swim. And then the rest is the pronunciation improvement. If you can unmute and say it together with me. It's not journey, it's journey.
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 It's like journey.
Journey. Not
Journey.
neighborhood, but neighborhood.
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 Neighborhood. Yeah.
It applies to all American, UK, and Australia as well, right?
Yes, Rendra. Native.
Neighborhood.
It's not talk. It's not
Talk.
talk. It's talk. Sorry, it's not talk. Somebody said talk.
Talk.
Talk. So it's
Talk.
like talk. The L is silent. Talk.
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 And this we have been speaking about this quite a lot. Student, not student. You pronounce the T at the end. Student. Student.
Student.
And then we use this quite a lot. We said pause. It's pause.
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 And then not future, but future.
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 Can ask Alicia. I think she pronounced it.
So Australians don't say they say so future. That's how we would say it.
I need ya. I see ya. I know ya. Yeah, future.
The last one thing, when we want to say, sometimes it's hard to say whether it's a thing or you want to think. So the difference is the K at the end. Think. There's
think.
Think.
think,
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 Think.
think,
and
think,
I think.
think,
Think.
think,
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 think.
think, think,
Yes.
Okay, I you think.
Because. Okay, sorry. Let's move on. Beautiful phrases. All is good in the hood. It's actually not just trying to say that all is good in your neighborhood. It can also be a slang, which means everything is all right or no problem. So all is good in the hood. All good. All good in the hood. So it's a slang also. Fire ignited within me, which means that we felt motivated or feel a motivation surging within you. I was thrilled. It means I was extremely pleased and excited. So when you say, I am excited, thrill is the next level of excitement. I was excited. I was thrilled. So the next level. Shed light on something means to provide information about something or to make something easier to understand. So he shed light on blah, blah, blah. Social butterfly, gregarious person who likes to attend parties and other social gatherings, just like Dennis' mom. Taking on the mantle of. It means that taking on responsibilities and duties, which needs to be fulfilled by anyone who has the profession or job. Last, Natalie speak. Funny or notable phrases. Neighborhood watch. It's been quite a while since I've listened to this. In Indonesia, we call it ronda or hansip. So it's pretty common. Go in the rain naked. This has a good context within the story. So that's.
Yeah, I imagine Pak Yusuf so much this time.
I will stop imagining it and then move on to my next notable phrases. This is also funny because somebody said, I attract spirits from different dimension. Yeah. Good on you. And then the next one is the intention was good, but the communication was the problem. I think this is good to remind us that sometimes intention only is not enough. And last but not least, I picked this as the ultimate closing. She sounds very native speaker. And this is pretty entertaining for me because the person in context was actually a native speaker. All right, that's all from me. Back to you, Alicia.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Yes, I am a native speaker. So just I'll give you a bit of a tip with Australian English. It's very different to the other English that is spoken around the world. If you listen to the way I speak, it's very different. We speak quite fast and the consonants and the vowels are actually pronounced quite differently. For example, if we say E, it's like an I-E-E-H sound. E is like an E sound. Also, when we say the R, it's not like the Americans and the Canadians where they go like ma ver, it's ma va. So we use AH sound at the end and it's not Z, it's Z. That's how we say it, like the British, because, you know, hey, it sounds a lot more, I'll be honest. I don't like how the Americans
Tomato or
say
tomato?
Z. Sorry?
In Australia, tomato or tomato?
Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Garage or garage?
Beg your pardon?
Garage or garage? Garage, garage, garage.
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 Yeah.
None of them.
And even they say vase, we say vase, and they say plaid, we say plaid. So I might do a speech one day here on how we do the English pronunciation a lot differently to the North Americans so that you can actually listen to how we say it, especially given that Indonesians are usually educated in Australia or Britain or New Zealand, not in North America. That's where the majority of the Indonesians are actually educated. Yes, that is true. I have done the research. Anyway, moving right along. Our timer today is Dinny. Dinny, are you there? Dinny. All right, I'm just going to say Dinny is Donny, Denny, and Dunny, and Danny. There we go.
Dini?
Dinny. All right.
Everyone is eligible. That one may not.
That's okay. I will just keep on moving on. I think it's best if I just wrap up the meeting. I just want to say thank you very much To Natalie, I reached out to her this afternoon because, you know, hey, when you're at Toastmasters for the whole day, you're at Gavel Club with 40 screaming kids, and then you go out for another Toastmasters function and event afterwards. Guess what? You want to go to more Toastmasters this afternoon and this evening. You end up at a district conference. You end up at a club in Western Australia, and then you end up in a club finalizing the night in Indonesia. I've really enjoyed tonight's meeting. I've really enjoyed being in the company of Bhinneka Toastmasters. I always enjoy coming here because it feels like the home away from home, because I've already met Pippet and Natalie in person about 8 years. Oh my gosh, it's 8 years ago. About 8 years ago when Natalie actually evaluated me and Pippet was the division director. It's really it's nice and ironic that Robin, who's one of the original founding members of the club, is also back here tonight as well to help fill in the roles. And it's great to see a lot of different faces here as well, to see that the club is growing. I always enjoy coming here because it's always welcoming, everyone's friendly, and I just feel like I'm part of the crowd, so that's really cool. I felt that the speech delivered by our lovely new member Nancy was one of the best icebreakers I've seen in quite some time. So can we give her a huge round of applause, because I've discovered she's 120, so makes me feel really old. Like I feel like the ancient fossil at the moment at the age of 41. And the fact that she stood there, her first speech and probably like her second or third meeting in Toastmasters, no notes, and actually delivered a speech that most of us are going, how do we actually do that at the age of 20, yet alone at the age of 40 plus? Yeah, we want to be like you. Nancy, very good icebreaker, a wonderful job. APRI has provided wonderful feedback to Nancy in regards to the quality and what she can actually improve on. So Nancy, as a first-time speaker, I guess as an icebreaker, take on board the feedback, really enrich yourself with the feedback that you're given, especially in this club. You've got multiple district finalists. You've got a district champion here, Natalie, who has won multiple times. So you've got actually some really good high quality speakers here who are world class. That's just saying, I go around the world and I see some really good quality coming out of this club. For the table topics master, Pippa, I love the questions, especially given the theme of the meeting. I know this is all sort of ad hoc tonight that we put this together, but I think it was a really good job, given that you're in an educational expo, sitting at a like a fast food area at the dining table and trying to, at the exhibition, and then trying to deliver this with the noise in the background. It must have been difficult. So congratulations to all the role players, the timer, the counter, the grammarian. Thank you, timer Dinny, done a wonderful job as always. I know it's difficult where you are at the moment. Mr. Rendra, what can I say? Yes, I am a native English speaker. Surprise, surprise. And I really enjoyed the fact that you continue to evolve the counter role. I mean, you've taken it to that next level. Maybe you need to go out around the world and actually say, I am better than Alicia. I challenge you to do that now. And our grammarian, Natalie, what I like about the grammarian role, especially with Indonesian clubs, is that you get everyone to pronounce the words phonetically. And I think this is the best way to teach the English language. So I'm going to take that on board when I go to Korea tomorrow night, when I'm teaching English, as I always seem to be doing at the moment in Korea. So thank you for actually doing that and getting people to understand how to actually structure and make the sound. So I said I will come back in the next few weeks and I'll come and deliver that speech on phonetic English and how to speak English in the Australian version, so that you can hear the different nuances in the sounds that I pronounce and the way that I actually lift my lips. It's also very different to the Americans as well. So what I would suggest is maybe have the virtual backgrounds into the chat box. That would be the only thing I would suggest, because I do love your virtual backgrounds. They're very creative and they're very unique and distinct to the islands of Indonesia, the archipelago of Indonesia. So that's what I would suggest, because I really like the one that Rendra has, and it really is like a beautiful sunset that's happening in the sky. So overall, a wonderful job. I'm going to hand back to the Toastmaster of the day. Please welcome our Tom, not Tom, but Robin.
All right, thank you very much, General Evaluator Alicia. And today, I think that's all for today's meeting. Thank you very much for having me. And I think now I give back the time to our president. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
I happen to be the ballot counter, so I'm gonna announce.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while, Robin.
Yeah,
It's been a
yeah.
while,
I haven't
Robin,
been.
not becoming
Yeah.
the Tom.
Yeah. I'm
So,
sorry.
no problem, no problem. Thank you so much for stepping in at such a short notice. And definitely, thank you for making the certificate. And I would like to announce who got the title as the best tabletop speaker. Drum roll, please. Ta, 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 ta. The best tabletop
With
speaker.
the speaker first, and then evaluator, and then
Oh, the speaker. Okay, would like to.
take a
Nancy,
photo after that.
Nancy, are you there? I think Nancy is. Okay. Well, Nancy is our the speaker, so let's highlight her. Please, not me. Don't highlight me. Whoever. Okay. I will take photo, Nancy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Got it. And best evaluator, someone who also was asked last minute athlete. Highlight athlete. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Table topic speaker is Alicia. Her neighbor. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you so much, everyone. We will share the poster. Renda is the one making the poster. It's going to be between 30 business days from now. The poster will be ready in 30 business days. So we will share it in the Instagram of Bhinneka if you want to see your face there. Okay? Thank you so much for everyone for coming out.
Sorry,
And
Pipit,
yes.
we forgot the icebreaker for Nancy.
Oh, icebreaker, Nancy. Congratulations for reaching the first speech. Icebreaker.
Hang on.
Please highlight Nancy one more time. And
Oh, kalkulasi baru tuh biru.
highlight Nancy, please. She's not highlighted in my okay. One more time.
Yes.
Thank
Now.
you. 1, 2, got it.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, I would like to remind everyone that we have another meeting in 2 weeks. So please stay tuned for that. And I don't know what the topic will be, but it will be interesting. Okay? Same time, quick. So good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Just
Bye.
comment, Pit. Just
Thank
comment.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Everyone
Bye.
is a member already. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Yvonne. Thank you for coming. Thank you,
Thank
Sam.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks, Robin. Thank you so much for stepping up last minute.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.